Tokyo looks effortless from the outside. Glowing streets, silent trains, clean corners, rainy reflections, and a city that seems to move perfectly without ever losing control. But the moment you arrive, one wrong exit can send you deep underground, through corridors, signs, ticket gates, and streets you never planned to see. Tokyo is not confusing because it is chaotic. It is confusing because it has a rhythm, and once you learn it, the city becomes unforgettable. From the outside, Tokyo looks effortless. Clean trains, quiet streets, glowing neon, perfect order, and millions of people moving without everything collapsing. But once you arrive, you realize the truth. Tokyo is not confusing because it is chaotic or badly organized. Tokyo is confusing because it is perfectly organized for people who already understand the rhythm, the exits, and the hidden rules. If you do not learn that rhythm, the world's biggest city can overwhelm you before your trip even really begins. This is not just another Tokyo travel guide. This is how Tokyo really works beneath the lights, trains, crowds, and quiet streets. Today, we are decoding Tokyo, the city that looks impossible from the outside, but unforgettable once you learn how to move through it. The first thing you need to understand is simple. Tokyo is not one city. That is the mistake most travelers make. They arrive thinking Tokyo is one destination, one place they can understand in a few days. But Tokyo does not work like that. There is neon Tokyo, temple Tokyo, everyday Tokyo, luxury Tokyo, quiet Tokyo, all moving together inside the same giant machine. Everything works in Tokyo. The trains arrive on time, the streets stay clean, and the city feels almost automatic from the outside. But that machine does not slow down to explain itself to you. Tokyo keeps moving, whether you understand the system or not. Once you start reading the signs, the exits, the neighborhoods, and the rhythm, Tokyo slowly becomes easier to understand. In Tokyo, where you stay is not just a small travel detail. It can completely change how your entire trip feels. Choose badly, and you may spend half your trip inside train stations trying to reach the places you actually wanted to see. Choose well, and Tokyo becomes faster, simpler, and far more enjoyable from the moment you step out of your hotel. For many visitors, Shibuya is the Tokyo they imagined first: bright, fast, young, loud, crowded, and full of movement. The famous crossing looks like organized chaos, hundreds of people moving from every direction, somehow never fully crashing into each other. Shibuya is Tokyo hitting you immediately. It is the city saying, this is the energy, the speed, and the feeling you came for. Shinjuku is different. It does not just show you Tokyo's energy, it shows you Tokyo's size, depth, and power. Skyscrapers rise above narrow alleys, bright signs hang over small streets, tiny bars sit beside massive station exits. Shinjuku is practical because it connects you almost everywhere, but it is intense, and that intensity is part of the experience. Many travelers make their first mistake here. They treat Shibuya and Shinjuku like quick photo stops and rush through them. But these places are Tokyo's modern heartbeat. Slow down, watch the movement, and you begin to notice something important. Tokyo is not random. Even its chaos has choreography. The crossing, the trains, the signs, everything has a purpose. Then Tokyo changes its mask. If Shibuya is light and speed, Asakusa feels like memory, tradition, and older time. Here, the city slows down around temple gates, incense smoke, old shops, wooden details, and quiet morning streets. For a moment, Tokyo stops feeling like the future. It starts feeling ancient, layered, human, and much quieter. At the center of Asakusa is Senso-ji, one of Tokyo's most important, famous, and unforgettable temple experiences. But the mistake many tourists make is arriving too late, when crowds, cameras, noise, and tour groups take over the area. Come early before the shops fully open. That is when Asakusa feels older, quieter, and closer to Tokyo's soul. The most powerful Tokyo moments are not always the loud ones. Sometimes the city reveals itself when almost nothing is happening. A quiet alley, a closed wooden door, a warm light inside a tiny restaurant with no English sign. This is the Tokyo many travelers miss, the small, quiet, hidden city behind the neon, the crowds, and the giant stations. Ginza is Tokyo polished to perfection: clean streets, elegant buildings, expensive shops, quiet confidence, and a more controlled city mood. Harajuku flips the feeling completely. Suddenly, Tokyo becomes playful, colorful, creative, youthful, strange, and full of surprises. Omotesando sits between them beautifully. Stylish streets, calm architecture, cafes, boutiques, trees, and a softer version of modern Tokyo. Then there is Akihabara, where Tokyo's imagination becomes visible through electronics, anime, gaming, bright buildings, and entire worlds of obsession. Even if you're not into anime or games, Akihabara is worth seeing because it shows how specific Tokyo can become. That is Tokyo's secret. It does not do things halfway. Every district becomes its own complete world with its own rules. Food in Tokyo is not just part of the trip. For many travelers, it becomes the reason they want to return. Ramen, sushi, tempura, yakitori, curry, convenience stores, tiny izakayas, even simple meals can feel unforgettable here. But do not only chase viral restaurants, your best meal might be behind a small door you almost walked past. Before you can fully enjoy Tokyo, you have to survive the logistics, and that means understanding the trains. At first, the train map looks impossible. Lines, platforms, transfers, exits, like a puzzle with no clear beginning. Do not memorize everything. Learn your main hubs, check your exit before leaving, and always give yourself extra time. Trains are only half the system. The other half is etiquette, the invisible rules that keep Tokyo comfortable. People stand in line, speak softly, avoid blocking paths, and constantly protect the comfort of everyone around them. Tokyo does not require perfection. It asks you to be observant, patient, respectful, and aware of the flow around you. At first, Tokyo feels overwhelming, then it becomes understandable. Then, suddenly, without warning, it becomes addictive. To understand the scale, see it from above, Shibuya Sky, Tokyo Skytree, or a high observation deck. From above, the maze becomes a pattern: trains, towers, rivers, neighborhoods, roads, and lights stretching to the horizon. For your first trip, do not try to see everything. Tokyo is too large, too layered, and too deep for that. Build contrast instead: Shibuya for energy, Shinjuku for intensity, Asakusa for history, and Ginza for elegance. If you have time, leave the city for one day. Mount Fuji or a quiet town can change the whole trip. Tokyo feels different at night. The signs turn on, the streets glow, and steam rises from tiny kitchens. By the end, you may not feel like you finished Tokyo, because nobody really finishes Tokyo. The real Tokyo is not only in the lights, it is in the rhythm. Learn it, respect it, and the city opens.